Hi. Welcome to Yamtalk, the only podcast for yams by yams. I'm your host, John Michael Yamwalos,
And I'm your other host, Ad Yam Solly.
and this is
Yam
Yamtalk.
Talk. Hey.
Yeah?
Welcome to the podcast today. Folks, what time is it? It's 12:15. And today's been a day. I've been busy. I just got back from my own grad party.
I got back from 2 grad parties that weren't my own.
Yeah, one of them was...
I was at 3.
Oh my god.
Holy shit, there's a demon in the room.
Holy shit.
Bro.
Is that a void?
It's the void.
Today we have a
Special guest.
special guest.
It's non-existent.
The end of all humanity. What's your name, end of all humanity?
Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The end of all humanity's name is Cat. Bro, someone's playing...
Oh, dude, Sexhaver 420,000 is playing PUBG on an experimental server.
Welcome to the end of the world, folks. We have the Void, who's sucking everything in.
There she goes.
Oh, man. She's... She's going nuts. Bro, not even light can escape from black holes.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Why does it gotta be a black hole?
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's wacky.
He lives in the same...
What is this?
Now,
Audible.
come on, don't you want to buy one off these off my stick? Okay, for the 10th time, nobody wants to
Is
eat
this an
food that you've
audiobook
jammed
that you
it.
have?
Oh, this is the sweet potato thing she's talking about.
Oh yeah, we have a...
Our local Void, Catherine, came up with a wonderful yam quote for us.
Yeah.
This will replace the fun yam fact for the night.
Yeah.
Catherine, can you please tell us your fun yam quote?
No! I'm not selling a yam to somebody that doesn't know her yam from her sweet potato.
Amen.
That was very loud. She just screamed it
No.
from the back.
Well, you're one to fucking talk.
You know what? Fuck you, man.
You fell down
You know,
my stairs at 4 in the morning.
Fuck you. I'm gonna branch off and do my own podcast.
Alright, what's it gonna be called?
Yeah, Spanish
One
yam
Direction.
talk. Yam talk en español.
Can we get a sample in English Yam Talk?
Hola.
Me gusta yams.
Hola, me gusta. Me llamo Yams.
Me llamo Juan Miguel Yamuelos.
Yamuelos.
Y this is Yam Talk.
You really made it really far with that fader.
Yeah, thank you. So
Hey.
today on Yam Talk, we should play Dungeons and Dragons.
On Yam Talk.
Yeah, no, where we can like make up our own like wild characters. Like you could be like,
The Abstinence Wizard.
yeah, and I'll be like a cyborg squirrel. Maybe we'll do that next time.
Yeah, maybe next time on Yam Talk.
But today, we are official
Alums.
alums. We have graduated the high school.
We both have
I
diplomas.
have a graduated cylinder.
Where?
Up my ass.
She's in her void.
In her void.
Pulls it out.
We thought today we could talk about the high school experience.
Yes, and it's funny that I mentioned grad parties because that's been a big part of the summer so far is grad parties, and they're fucking draining, and I've only been to 3, one including my own.
I've been to 2, one including his, and the other including another person's, and I want to die.
The Void has been to like 74. Yeah, it's frustrating work, especially when you have to get people money.
Yeah.
Wait, what day is yours?
The 22nd.
Okay, yeah, I can go to that. But, yeah, so the high school experience, I feel like it's an experience that is, it could be either good or bad, but I think everybody should have it, because no matter what happens, you take something from it. Like, I feel like I've learned stuff in high school, both, like, from classes and just from, like, social experiences and shit. Like, did you just tap my leg for a reason?
No.
Oh. Like, yeah, I feel like mostly what I've learned is, like, how I interact with people, and... What the fuck was that for? Listen, she knows too much.
I think we all know too much.
Yeah. I'm an open book. Except when I'm not. But, yeah. So, I guess we could start in chronological order. What if we started... Did you do summer gym?
Yeah?
Yeah. We can start from there. Do you remember anything from that?
I remember There was a guy named Mr. Bush.
That guy was fucking wacky. I
I think we should start off by saying you and I didn't actually like start talking till like junior year.
Yeah.
I mean, very vaguely in sophomore year, but like not really until.
Yeah, because
Wait, no, didn't we?
Oh.
Kat,
That's your
would you like
guys'
to
thing.
join the conversation? Because it's kind of hard to talk about our experiences with you if you're just sitting in the back of the.
Whispering dumpster baby.
All right. Well, for the meantime, actually, it was sophomore year because
Yeah.
that was honors lit.
And that was when we.
That was the Devil and Drake video. That was we already talked about that though.
Yeah, that was also when we were Chinese together.
Oh yeah, but anyway, freshman year, summer gym.
Summer gym. All right, who was I friends with? I think I was friends. Should we? I don't think I'm gonna. Drop
I don't think we
names.
should drop names, but
Yeah.
I mean I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. That's
You could just describe him.
That's the thing with high school is like you go from being friends with like people who you thought were people who you thought were like, you know, I don't know, similar to you in more ways than one, and then they just kind of branch off and do their own thing, and you know, like you can respect that because you should really let people go off and do what they want. You shouldn't tell people how to live their life. But sometimes it just happens so unexpectedly, and that's the high school way. She's dying.
I started freshman year off bad
Yeah.
with summer gym because I hung out with like the social outcast, like the bottom of the barrel in our class. Like it was rough. I made a lot of mistakes. I still make a lot of mistakes, but
Dude,
like I feel like I'm a completely different person than I was freshman year. Like my entire mentality on life completely changed. It was rough.
yeah. That's the thing is like it changes you as a person going through high school. And I'm not exactly sure what it is. I think it's just the way that things fall into place. Because you have stuff that you want to do, and other people have stuff that they want to do, and sometimes it lines up and sometimes it doesn't. And the way that you react and deal with that kind of shit is how you end up on graduation day and you're sitting there and you go, what the hell? And fuck. And yeah, that's what I realized. And then you get a diploma and you go, what am I going to do with this? It's a piece of paper.
You go to college,
Oh,
get
yeah.
a job, and all that fun stuff.
Some people take a year off.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Freshman year was boring.
My freshman year was weird.
You say you can't even remember yours.
Yeah, because I tried to repress all my memories of freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to, in like somewhat of a linear fashion, remember how freshman year went.
Yeah.
I was like really clueless. I was just a fucking weirdo. Like I'm pretty weird now, but I mean I was like a max fucking weirdo back then.
Yeah.
I wrote a girl a love letter
Oh my god.
that I hardly even knew.
Bro, someone in our class?
Yeah,
Like freshman year?
yeah.
You never told me about that.
I know it because I fucking told nobody about that.
Oh my god.
That was like the most. That was the thing I tried to repress the most because it was such. Whenever I think about it, it's like the cringiest thing ever.
You're gonna tell us.
Because she's a bitch too.
Are you gonna tell us who it was when this is not recording?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
If we remember.
If we remember. No,
The void
not the
will
void.
remember.
The void remembers
The
everything.
void always remembers. Yeah.
But Okay, thank you, Void.
That's not even a register.
So freshman year, you did band, right?
Oh yeah.
You only did one theater show. Oh, you did some crew stuff.
The void likes.
The Void was in band as well.
Yeah.
The Void doesn't speak though.
I did crew for the One Acts and Christmas Carol, and then I was in a show called Leading Ladies, and then by the time Cinderella rolled around, I was like, yeah, no, this is too stressful, so I stopped it.
I was in every show freshman year.
Yeah.
One Acts. The One Acts, I remember them being kind of fun.
Yeah, they were fun to watch from like a crew standpoint.
I think I was in two shows. The one was it was like Jersey. It was pretty bad. It was like 5 minutes long, and it was
I
like
know
Jersey
one.
Shore mixed with like Disney princesses.
Yeah.
And I think I was like Cinderella's Prince Charming, except I was supposed to be a douchebag.
Yeah, I just remember watching you walk across the stage in like a cutoff, and I was like, how do you just do that?
It was pretty funny too. I really liked the part because I just got to say how you doing.
It's so funny.
And I think like my wife died, and then I put the tiara on another princess. And I was like, "Hey,
how you doing?
how you doing?"
What was the other one you were in?
Then the other one was called Love, Labor, Spud. That one was actually pretty good.
Yeah, that
it was like
a
these
silly
dysfunctional couples go to see like these marriage counselors. It was pretty great.
Which one?
Me and my wife. I was like a lazy guy who sat on the couch and ate potato chips. So I was basically playing myself. And then my wife was... shit, who was my wife? It was... Do you remember Sierra? Saying her name isn't going to matter because nobody knows who the hell she is. But she was there for like 1 year.
No, I do remember her.
Yeah, and I think she was just kind of a bitch, and that was her character. Then there was...
There was the two. There was like the people who were obsessed with each other.
And that was
yeah, we know.
K and E.
Kenny?
K and E.
Oh, I was like,
God.
what is that?
And
mean?
then there was Andrew with his potato.
That was so.
Andrew
wacky.
played this guy who was in love with a potato. It was pretty funny.
That's what it's called.
It was a funny show. I remember on stage something went wrong, but it was really funny.
Yeah, when you got in the pillow fight, the
me and
feathers came out.
me and my wife got in this huge pillow fight, and like the pillows exploded and feathers just kind of flew absolutely everywhere.
Who
It was a
cleaned
great
that
time.
up?
I don't know, not me.
I wasn't on stage crew for that, so thank God.
Yeah. And then the next show was Christmas Carol. That one, I think it was pretty good.
Jacob Marley.
I got to be Jacob Marley.
Yeah.
And like 4 other characters I don't remember.
I was on stage crew for that, and it was shit because the set was huge.
Also, that was when you were having you were having girl problems back then, remember?
Shut the fucking front door. Listen, man.
Contrary to popular belief, Adam used to be a... Actually, I don't think he ever was, but,
No,
you know.
I never was. I knew it in 8th grade. Listen, don't... If girls in marching band try to play fucking matchmaker with you, don't let it happen. Because you just end up an unhappy person who dips ginger in his soy sauce for some reason. He starts thinking too much.
What are you, fucking gay?
I guess. It was a rough month. I don't even know. But it's over now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's long gone now. And then came in Leading Ladies. That was your first show.
That was so much fun.
Leading Ladies. It was basically this show about these 2 guys who pretend to be this old lady's long lost, like, cousins or nieces or something like that.
You remember more about the plot than I do.
They dress up as women and try to, like, fool the old lady into thinking, like, they can inherit her, like, fortune or whatever.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. I had to get seduced by the one guy. It was a great time.
I had to seduce the other guy.
Yeah. Adam was, I think he was, like, the leader of the Moose gang or something like that.
Yeah, what? Okay, was it like a comedy club? No, it was like a playhouse. It was.
No, I don't think it was a playhouse.
It was the Scranton Elks or something.
It was like the Moose's Guild or something.
The Moose. Yeah, I remember. My very first lines on stage was a monologue, and I think I did it pretty good. The one thing I remember is that people were like, "You didn't breathe at all," and like, I was like, "Oh, I guess I'll breathe next time."
I think my favorite part from that show was it was like on stage when the guys first come out dressed as the women, and it was so hard not to laugh. So like I opened up this like notebook to look at to act like I was doing something, and then this asshole, I don't even remember.
Yeah.
He wrote down like Nicki Minaj lyrics.
I wrote down Nicki Minaj's verse in Monster by Kanye West.
and I just started losing it. It was the funniest thing ever.
Pull up in the monster automobile youngster with a bad bitch that came from Sri Lanka.
Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah, I was obsessed with that song. So my sister played it in the car once, and I was like, "What
Jesus
fuck is this?"
And then after that was Cinderella, which you weren't involved in, and I don't like thinking about it because it was really bad.
Bro, you had to sing on stage.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I went to get bonus and lit.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
So tell us about what kind of person were you freshman year? Because you were very different than you are now.
Yeah, freshman year I was. What did you? Oh, freshman year I was really neurotic and obsessive, and compulsive. She knows what I'm talking about. Okay, I can't even threaten murder on you because I'll die. Yeah, I was the kind of person that was really in his own head a lot. And I'm glad that I busted out of that, and I'm not like that anymore. And, yeah, I don't really know how to describe it. It was like the kind of person where you text them, and you're like, do you want to hang out? And they go, I don't know, do you hate me? And you just kind of ignore it. I was that person.
Ew.
Yeah. So I'm glad we weren't friends that early on. That's the thing, it's like, you think you meet people towards the end and you go, man, why wasn't I friends with them earlier? And it's like, well, because you were an asshole earlier, and that's why. Or you were just all around not in the right state of mind to make friends. So that's where I was. Freshman year, like, all the way around. Now I'm not. So, sophomore year?
Sophomore year is weird. Like,
It was strange.
it was just there.
It's just
Like, nothing that happened sophomore year really mattered. I mean, I guess, like, I kind of became friends with you and,
the one.
yeah, the other one. The other quarter of our dollar.
Huh?
I don't know where I'm getting, because it's like you, me, her, and then her.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah. Who cares?
Whatever.
Yeah.
So that was the year that was the year we did Devil and Drake, and when we actually started talking or whatever.
Yeah, that was when you stole someone's best friend.
Oh yeah, and then I was hated for the rest of the year.
That's so silly.
But that's also the year you actually started doing theater.
Yeah.
I know you didn't do the first show,
Yeah, thank
which
God.
was Midsummer Night's Dream.
Do you want to talk about that one?
I don't remember anything from that one.
Yeah. I just remember, I think somebody said that they had written on their lines on their hand in green pen.
That was me.
And then the light came up and it was green
Oh, wait.
light. I
No.
couldn't see.
That might not have been me.
Yeah, I don't think that was you.
No, I had my phone on the one balcony that nobody could notice,
Yeah.
writing off lines. But then you did do the one acts, which is when I started my wonderful trilogy of one
Fucking
acts.
romp with
The very I forget what the first date night.
Nate Date.
Nate date. It was a guy getting ready for his date with a girl.
Yeah, who was afraid of spiders? No, the guy had a drug dealer.
Yeah, yeah. Adam was the drug dealer,
Yeah.
and then I think I played a homeless war vet or something.
Yeah, which is like, it wasn't supposed to happen, but the guy who was supposed to play him, like, flaked out, and then he hit. No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna.
No, that
say
was until senior year. Remember?
Yeah, we can't just skip to that. Oh, such
Anyway, we'll get to
infamy.
that later.
Will we though?
I guess you could say we'll
Um,
hit a guy with a car and then talk about it.
yeah, I guess you could say.
I don't mean to crash into the conversation here.
I don't mean to lose control.
I don't mean to commit vehicular manslaughter.
Oh my god. I really hope these don't. Never mind.
I'm going to hell in every religion.
Every religion. What about the ones that don't believe in it?
Then I'll go to like their version
void.
of Detroit.
Her
Thank-
void.
I don't want to go into your void, Kat.
I feel like that was an insult.
Like, at least buy me dinner first or something. But Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Anywho,
Where were we? Is it?
we were talking about the one act.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam played a drug dealer, and that same drug dealer was in every single one of my one acts.
And the trilogy.
Yeah.
Those were fun to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much the second one.
We don't talk about the second
The
one.
second one was really long.
We don't talk about the second one.
The third one I think was like perfect.
The third one was the best.
By the third one you really like mastered it, like how to do a one act.
I learned how not to make it 45 minutes long.
Yeah. Well, the thing about your second one was just I feel like you just wanted to jam pack a lot of shit in there.
Yeah. Which is why it was 45 minutes long.
Yeah.
But I mean, the third one's the best. I had a demon baby and everything.
That fucking the moment that thing flew across the stage, I was like, yeah, this is it. This is the funniest. You fucking right click
Anyway,
and shit.
whoops. What other one acts did we do that year? Because I have no idea what other one act I was in.
There was the Romeo and Juliet parody.
I did not watch that.
There was the sophomore year is hard to remember. Oh my
Right?
God.
Sophomore year is just such a forgettable year.
There's one about the pie. And the ring and the pie. Do you remember that one?
No.
Yeah. How many were you in?
I think I was in like 2 or 3.
I can't remember sophomore year.
Neither can I. Catherine, will you stop?
The void never stops.
The void is
And
relentless.
it never starts. It's always endless.
Just
forever.
like my pussy.
Ooh. It's a bottomless bowl of bread, soup, and salad and sticks.
Catastrophe.
Cat.
Catastrophe was sophomore
No.
year.
It's cat.
Catastrophe. It was like probably the worst. I mean best. I mean, Catherine, what are you doing?
What a cat
Did I say-
catastrophe.
What a catastrophe. Catherine.
Oh my god.
I feel assaulted.
I feel like salt. What?
I don't know.
What is going on? in
Anyway,
your
I
world?
played Julius Caesar in that one. So,
Yeah.
then there was Thoroughly Modern Millie,
Which is.
which is the one where me and Adam played Chinese people.
Yeah.
We were a Latino and a white guy, but we were supposed to be Chinese guys.
Yeah.
Chinese brothers.
You fucking learn that dialect. And
Oh,
shit.
jeez. Sheng hu ya bi ding, shao sheng ging feng rong,
Don't
er chi
bring
ding,
that-
shi shong. We had to sing in Chinese.
Don't bring that shit back.
It was a litty titty time.
Excuse me?
Litty titty. Lit. T. Tit. T.
The Litty Titty Committee.
The Litty Titty Committee. With FIDI members. No. Members via FIDI.
What? Chow Xiao Diao.
Shanghai Pu Mai.
This podcast is now in Chinese.
Ming.
Fuck was that?
It's real Chinese. It means
The void knows all languages.
Fierce tiger.
it means fierce tiger.
It means
in
fierce
Chinese.
tiger in Chinese. Is that Mandarin or? I guess it's the same thing.
It's everything.
It's everything but nothing.
It's everything and always, never and forever.
We didn't actually talk about anything we did sophomore year because
Well,
we
'cause
didn't do
what did we
anything.
do?
Sophomore year was one of my best moments as a procrastinator. We had
Yeah.
this like 160 point history day project, and I decided I was gonna do the essay one because I figured I could get away easier with that one. Well, about 6 months after the due date, I still had never actually typed it up. And then our history teacher, good old Carrie, he calls me up one day. He's like, "Hey, I never got your history day project. What was the topic on?" And I was like, "Oh, it was on space." I was like, "Oh, I never got it. Do you by any chance know what that's about?" And I'm like, I don't know. I turned it in. I mean, I could like reprint it or something. And he was like, "Oh no, it's fine. I'm sure it'll turn up." And then like 5 minutes later, he put the grade in, and I got full credit. So that's how I got 160 points on a 160 point essay that I never actually did.
Everyone was pissed.
I thought it was pretty funny personally.
It was pretty funny. Especially considering that class was a fucking joke. I'm surprised I got an A in it. Because I, like, bombed every test in the second semester.
It was so easy.
Yeah. Well, I just
Why are
stopped
your
caring.
hands so moist? The other side. Ugh. It's moist. I'm not kidding. It's like
He's not kidding.
vaguely wet, like you have sweaty palms. Stop.
Stop bringing your void hands over here.
Catherine.
Moist void hands. I'm going to avoid
You
your
can talk, you know. You don't have to vaguely whisper.
Something is being lost in this podcast without seeing her
We need like a
facial
visual, a
Yeah.
visual aid. Oh no!
expression. So,
Oh jeez, is that your porno camera?
yes.
This is my time to leave.
Oh, she disappeared. Never mind. Okay.
We should give like a tagline to each year.
Freshman year.
Don't talk about it. Sophomore year, what? And then came in junior year.
Junior year. This is a pretty hype year, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, she didn't like it. It was the hardest year, but that was the year I started chemistry, and then
That was the year I almost like probably failed high school. That was when I reached maximum levels of not caring.
What class? Just like all of them?
Everything.
What did you take?
Algebra 2, honors lit.
That's it.
Yeah, those are the only two classes.
Two
I took.
classes. Oh yeah, you took honors junior year. I dropped out of the honors track and lit earlier than you.
You took a junior year though, didn't you?
No.
No?
I stopped sophomore year. Will you? Yeah. Because I just figured it was only gonna get harder from there because I heard everything I needed to hear about the teacher, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'll save that for senior year. But yeah, I had fucking Hitler as a lit teacher. She stressed me out.
Hey, don't talk about Lego Brickhead Lady that way.
No, then not Lego Brickhead Lady.
Oh, who was the lit? Italian
Hitler.
Oh, Italian Hitler.
Yeah.
Mussolini. Can you stop
I have Mussolini as a
caressing my
lit
ankle
teacher.
with whatever that thing is?
It's a sword.
That's the blade to a sword.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We're actually bleeding all over.
did we even? I don't even remember if we did anything else. We'll talk about prom after we talk about theater, though.
Yeah.
So theater, the first show we did was
1X.
the 1X. Okay.
Yeah.
That was my 45-minute show.
Yeah. I was one not a whole lot of people appreciated. But I respect it for what it was.
I don't remember what else I was in that year.
You.
Oh, that was the one. Shit, what was the one with Jojo and me are dating now?
That was. That was the actor one. That was the Hamlet one. The like play within a play.
I was Oh shit! I think that was the year I was in like every single one act.
Yeah, because you were in mine too.
Yeah. So in one, I was a plumber who like wrapped himself in duct tape. So we had some really weird BDSM themes or whatever. What was yours? Oh, that was the one where I was married to Sophie.
Yeah, that was the hotel one.
Yeah, I like that one. That was Stalker's Shrimp or whatever.
Stalkers.
That was
and
like the
Shrimp.
best one, but he won't admit it.
What?
You wouldn't admit it.
I don't.
You
I
kept
just,
trying to be humble.
I just want to be humble. Like I don't
Be
want.
humble. Be humble. It's a really good song. Fuck off.
Okay.
What was I about to say? There was that one. I don't even remember the others. I think there was the one that shit.
Framed.
Yeah.
I was the dentist.
I
and
thought-
you were the genie.
I thought hers was the one with the actors.
Yeah, that was framed, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, Framed was the one where we all like play characters or whatever. But I thought the director that did that one did the one where like JoJo and I are dating now. That one.
She did. She was like the main character.
No, she directed him.
No, okay. So the person who directed Framed was the lead in the like play within a play one.
Oh.
The one where you
So who directed that one?
were Yarn Girl. You know,
We're done fucking talking like that. We're just gonna say names. I don't
Elsie.
care. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't Elsie do the like spooky, scary one?
That was senior year.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Spooky Scary one was senior year.
No, not that one. The one where like.
That was Cassie.
Oh.
Yeah, no, Elsie did the Spooky Scary one this year.
Never mind.
Yeah.
So the next show we did was Peter and the Starcatcher.
Sorry.
The one that lasted a roughly 17 more months than it should have.
Yeah, the one that felt like it lasted 17 months if
It
you were
was
watching
so
it.
fucking long. We did that show for such a long ass time.
Yeah. Dude, I liked my role in it though, and I liked my costume. I just didn't
What
like...
were you? Oh yeah, you were the.
I was Smee.
Yeah, Shmee.
I just didn't like being at the rehearsals because they were stressful.
Yeah, I was the dad of Molly. Where she had to say where every other line ended in "Daddy," and then of course I just fucking lost it every single time.
That's always funny. That's what Sarah had to do this year with Wednesday.
Ugh.
Spencer.
Oh. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that show. It took way too fucking long.
Yeah, there was
then-
too many fish.
And then there was Guys and Dolls.
Guys and Dolls was when I started going like, okay, this is fun now, because we got leads.
It was my favorite show. Adam's Family probably would have been my favorite show if I was like in it. But Guys and Dolls was my favorite show. That's when I got my lead.
Yeah, you would have definitely liked Adam's Family more because I liked Adam's Family more. Then, well, it's just because Guys and Dolls is so plain, and like nothing interesting really happens in it. Then again, nothing interesting really happens in Adam's Family. It's just an interesting IP, but like Guys and Dolls, who was in it? Like, it was made for famous actors, pretty much. Like Nathan Lane was in it.
Marlon Brando.
Yeah, like it's one of those
Yeah.
shows. It just kind of happens, but it was fun.
Yeah.
I like singing in it, even though I only had one song.
And then junior year was actually the first year I went to varsity.
Ew. I stopped going after freshman year for reasons.
We know.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't that bad. I went with... It was kind of funny, though, because there were, like, 3 girls I wanted to ask. The one I got, like... I realized was a bad idea. Then the other I was talked out of. Then the third I was also talked out of.
I don't remember any of these.
Because I don't think I told you.
Yeah.
But the fourth... So I ended up going with, like, the 4th girl.
Oh, option number 4.
And I guess she liked me at the time, and I didn't know that.
Whoops.
At least that's what I was told. And because at that point I was still like maximum dumbass levels. Like I wasn't cringy dumbass levels, I was just a dumbass in general. And I
Yeah.
couldn't pick up hints at all. So I was just like, okay.
You're weird because you're a dumbass, but at the same time, you have this luck that surrounds you. You know?
I'm like Han Solo.
I don't know, watch that.
Fuck you, man.
And it's like you don't turn in an entire History Day project. And it's like, oh, never mind, I'll just put it in as 100 anyways.
I somehow passed high school with minimum effort and still kept an above 3.0 GPA.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, dude. It's like, some people are out here, like, stressing and shit. The void.
Are you getting triggered because I passed high school with like minimum effort? I think she's triggered.
At least you didn't get valedictorian.
Ooh.
V is for void and valedictorian. Yeah, it's just impressive to me.
Do you want to talk about junior prom?
Well, I had some fun because the girl I went with was nice, and like we went as friends, and yeah, the after party was at my house, and it wasn't wild because I'm just not a wild person, and I don't like being crazy. I can't handle the risk, so we just sat around and drank Kool-Aid, and went to Circle K at 5 a.m. The juice. Yeah, I liked prom. I didn't like the dance because I don't like dances, but I liked the rest of it, like the party and shit.
I learned I liked senior prom an immense amount more than I did junior prom.
Well, because you didn't go to our senior prom.
No, I went to a different school's prom, which is probably why I enjoyed it more.
Yeah.
And I went with somebody that I wanted to go with.
Exactly. Oh my god, do you think she's listening right now?
Oh no.
Dude, stop talking about her.
Okay.
We gotta stop talking shit.
Was there anything else junior year? I can't remember.
I
I did get to meet my wonderful female companion.
a box with a bow on it.
Yee.
Yeah. Junior year is whatever.
Senior year.
Started, and where were we at? Thinking that we were actually gonna come together as a class because all of our older friends were gone, and that didn't happen. Our class was about as cliquey as you could get. Like,
Yeah.
we were maximum clique levels. Like, fucking xenophobic. Like, everyone had their own country.
They were all like mini border towns.
Yeah,
in
that
the
was-
senior class.
That was how the lunch tables were.
Yeah, they were pretty much just the lunch tables.
We were countries, and we were like, you can't come in.
We were like Norway or Sweden or Switzerland.
I would say we were Switzerland. The table in front of us.
And the
was-
table in front of us was just straight up Nazi
was
Germany.
always in Civil War.
Just always in Civil War.
I'm not gonna have sex with you at
I will not hesitate.
It got great by the end of the year because the one girl was literally just straight up slapping and beating the guy.
Didn't give a fuck anymore. She's like, I'm gonna come over there and slap the shit out of you.
So,
We're
what happened during senior year?
Mooney Week.
Mooney,
Mooney Week was when I learned that everybody is a shitty asshole, poopy face, dickwad. Anyways, after Mooney Week, no. Here's the thing that pisses me off about Mooney Week now that I think about it.
just so you know, Mooney Week is our rival school, so it was
Yeah.
the week we played them in football.
Yeah, the week we play them in football, so we have this like hype week, and we have this video to play at some rally during the hype week, and you know me, I edit videos and stuff, right? And I was like, if you guys,
So everybody was like, "Hey, Adam edits videos. Let's get him to do it."
no, they did the opposite. They went, hey, Adam edits videos, let's ignore him. So they got everyone else to do it on fucking iMovie. So like, good for you.
Adam is triggered.
Like, could you imagine the kind of shit it would have looked like if I edited that? Like,
It would have been better because it looked like shit.
yeah, it looked like shit. Well, first of all, the footage they got was absolutely terrible. Because instead of being like, oh, let's come together and take talents from all around the class to like, I don't know, make it a good Mooney Week, they're like, nah, let's just have our clique who has no fucking experience with making movies do it. So they took out their phones and they did shit on iMovie and they shit out some product. Carpool karaoke? Like, fuck you. Like, I'm seriously still bitter about it. Like, at the time I didn't care because I guess I was having fun. But now looking back, it's like, to feel so left out of something just because you don't know people. And I guess that's how real life is. But at the same time, it's like when you're sitting there and you're like, I can really do this for you. And like, I can make it good. And you just get overlooked because, I don't know, people are assholes. It's like, great, fun. And that's when I learned that the whole coming together as a class thing and we are a family bullshit is bullshit. Because the only people that they want in their family at that school is fucking white, Catholic, Italian-ass people. And that's all they want and that's all they care about. Everyone else, it's like, nah, fuck you. Pretty much. And the only way that you, like are considered as a cool person there is if you know everybody. And if you think you can get away with fucking everything. Some people are seriously spoiled assholes. I'm done.
I started playing a game called Dead by Daylight, and that's what I did for most of senior year. That's all. Thank you.
How was that?
It's a lot of fun. You get to play as it's an online game, and there's like 4 survivors, and then like there's a 5th person that plays as a killer. It's a lot of fun. I really like it. My female companion calls it Dead by Dead something because she doesn't know the name of it.
Dead by Dead something?
Dead by Dead something. Catherine, would you like to give your input?
I feel like Kat really wants to rant.
Go. You can rant. You can rant now. Come on, Catherine. You know you want.
What if she just exploded for like a half hour?
People threw fireworks at me.
I feel like
so.
pretty well.
Did anything else like happen? I guess so. There was varsity. You didn't go to varsity.
I didn't go to varsity.
I went to varsity. You went to varsity, Catherine.
Didn't you go with? Did you go with Dylan?
No, Dylan went with Mia because Mia's boyfriend, like, Andrew. She was dating Andrew at the time.
Oh.
And he like bailed out on her last second.
Yeah.
That was
I
some
remember
funny
that.
shit.
Funny shit.
I feel bad, but I mean, like, he was a pussy. Catherine, you went, but you didn't go with anybody. No, I think Oh, I don't think we should name drop now. But you remember the She remembers. She remembers.
Wait, we're talking about varsity this year?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
There was a situation with a friend of ours and another guy who does theater with us, and it was so funny.
Oh my god. No, okay, we cannot tell any of our school friends that this exists because
Can we like use code names?
How
about
What's that one guy's name from The Office?
Dwight?
No.
isn't it Andy?
The one that stood up and started like playing.
Yeah, that's Andy, isn't it?
Okay, so that's you know who.
Yeah.
And then.
Andy and Rose.
Oh.
No?
Kira Knightley.
Yeah, I was saying yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Andy and Rose. So Rose is a good friend of ours.
Yeah.
And there's this guy Andy, and Andy asked Rose to varsity.
He had a little hoogie.
And Rose, being the really nice person she is.
Oh.
Get Whiskers in the backseat.
What?
That's you.
Oh, yeah. So, Andy asked Rose to varsity, and Rose was like, "Oh, it's Andy. How could I say no? He's
Wait,
such a nice person."
First, can I talk about how I was taking Andy home and he was in my car and he
Oh, yeah.
asked me if I thought he had a shot with her, and I was like, no. And he went, "What? You don't think so? I mean, she talks to me sometimes and she's nice to me."
She talks to me sometimes, and she's nice to me. The ultimate, definitely a good sign she's into you. You
Yeah.
know?
She doesn't want any tea.
Yeah, she didn't want any tea. And I was like, well, you can try to ask her, but she's going to say no. Like, I know her, and I know she doesn't like you.
But naturally, he didn't listen to his advice.
Yeah.
So come varsity night,
Did you turn on my bat light?
What the fuck was that?
It's my bat light.
I thought somebody opened the window and was breaking in.
Holy fuck.
What the shit was that?
No, okay, see, it's like...
Adam, what the
No,
fuck
don't
is
touch
that?
it. Don't touch it. Okay.
Is that a dildo? Is that a fleshlight?
It could be.
Adam,
Okay.
what are you into?
So, if there's like an intruder in your house, there's like a light on this bat, and then there's also a siren. So you must have pulled down on the siren. Don't touch, it gets really loud. Like... And then it's
Catherine, what if you started it, threw it on the ground, and then it's just going off?
it's like impossible to turn off too. So I'm just gonna put that there.
So anyway, as we were saying,
Yeah.
you told Rose about Andy before they even went to varsity.
Yeah.
So she was like trying to distance herself from Andy all night.
Yeah.
And like it was so funny because she literally like walked to one side of the room and then he'd follow the other way. Catherine here was like hanging out with her that night too.
He forced
So
her
it's like
to
the
dance
two of
with
them
her.
are all walking around and he's following them around, and then me and my, I'm trying to think of other words for female companion.
Bitch.
Female companion. Just like sat at the table the whole time.
Sister.
Ew. This is Ohio, not West Virginia.
That's true.
My dad's from there.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
what a dude.
Anyway, they're like going around the whole time, and then they leave, and that's when things got real juicy. Catherine, would you like to tell the story from here, or should we keep on telling it ourselves?
I'll interject. Go ahead.
So Rose, because of course Andy doesn't drive, so Rose drove both him there and Catherine there, and she had to like take them home or whatever. And of course Andy was like dead set on asking her out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Andy was like, just go ahead and drop off Catherine first or whatever, even though he lived like right next to where they were or whatever.
Yeah.
So like he's like arguing with,
Insisting.
Yeah.
that that Rose should drop off Catherine first or whatever, but she wasn't going for it. First off, because she obviously knew what was coming and like he wouldn't bother or whatever. So I'm imagining like a super awkward drive to his house, and then they get into his driveway, and then he like wouldn't get out of the car, and then like Rose is like, okay, you could get out or whatever, and he's like, hold on, I gotta do something or whatever, and he goes on his phone, right, and he asks her out via a text message.
Oh, the
He
worst.
goes, check your phone. She goes, I didn't get anything.
And of course Catherine's just sitting in the back seat as this is all
Hiding
happening.
under my little shawl.
I can't believe he made you sit in the back.
I was wearing heels.
Yeah, he made Catherine sit in the back too. And then, so that's how that went. And then we all went to Cedar Point the next day, minus Andy, of course.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fun time. I enjoyed Cedar Point.
I love Cedar Point.
I enjoyed the
so
car
much.
rides there and back, and I enjoyed the actual trip there. So that was varsity.
Yeah.
The thing you didn't go to.
Yeah.
You want to talk about theater now?
Yeah, sure, because what else happened?
This was the first year you didn't do band, right?
Yeah. She doesn't like that.
Catherine didn't like that he didn't do band.
I had previously been on the drum line for band.
Shit, I forgot.
What? Ow.
Junior year, I played tuba for like 12 minutes. Holy shit, we completely forgot about. So junior year, I decided I was gonna play tuba for like 12 minutes.
You learn how to play a B. Right?
Yeah.
Just blowing straight into it.
Yep. pretty much I replaced my study hall with band, and it was basically just that I got a soundtrack. Like, it was the same exact thing as study hall, except while I was on my phone, I got a soundtrack while doing so.
It's funny because I quit right when you
Yeah.
and what's her face joined. Whoops. Yeah, I quit halfway through junior year. I used to be on the drum line. I was like center snare junior year during marching
But
band.
because of good old...
No, we're not even gonna give him the satisfaction. But because of certain people, it's actually more than just him. It's just like the fact that the environment was so shitty. I ended up quitting, which is a shame because I like playing drums. But like at some point, you just have to wonder: are the people I'm around really worth it? And the answer was no. So I quit band halfway through junior year. That actually moved me up in class rank because that was before they started counting art credits differently. And yeah, so senior year felt really good because I wasn't doing band anymore and I wasn't trapped in that environment. So
So, senior year theater?
yeah, theater started with 1X, and I think we started talking about that. We had LC Spooky Scary. We had
Your ones, which was also spooky scary.
yeah, it was like a slasher, but nobody died.
Elsie's was like Discount Adams Family.
Pretty much.
Yours was like a murder mystery where nobody got murdered.
Mine was Scream, pretty much. Not really.
Vaguely.
It was when I was obsessed with Scream.
I think those were the only ones I was in.
Yeah, yours was a masterpiece that year.
Thank you.
I
I'm
think-
taking a bow now. You just can't see it.
I think you won the 1X that year. It was the fucking baby. It was everything about the
So
facts.
I'll just like give a brief rundown
Yeah.
of mine. It was these two like obviously lesbian roommates, but it's a Catholic school, so I couldn't say they were lesbians, but it was heavily implied that they were lesbians. I just like to point out the two main characters were lesbians.
Yeah, they're girlfriends in real life.
Yeah, so they're like hanging out in their apartment, and then a drug dealer comes by. Yeah, a drug dealer comes by. That's you, of
Yeah.
course. You come by.
Well, I think the southern roommate came by first, right?
Yeah, the southern. We'll get to her in a minute.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I might have just spit on your face.
So yeah, you come by and you're like, "Hey, what's up, my old friend?" Because you were friends with one of them or whatever,
I think it was...
and you needed a place to stay. So you're sitting on the couch. Who was sitting on the couch? One of the girls. Oh, because okay, so he was also the Grim Reaper's drug dealer.
Yeah.
So the Grim Reaper shows up at one point.
Oh my god.
The Grim Reaper shows up at one point, scares the shit out of one of the girls, and then Adam comes in. He's just like, no, it's cool. He's my client. I give him drugs.
She starts beating him over. She goes to fetch a game of Boggle, and she comes back and she starts beating him with a broom.
No, she first comes in with two broomsticks within the shape of a cross. She's like, the power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. But then this southern girl comes in. Who's like this southern accent type girl.
This southern girl with a southern accent
Yeah,
comes in.
she comes in and she starts seducing the Grim Reaper. And then they run off together. And then they come back and she already had a baby. And then they're like, and then Travis was the doctor. Travis like made the show. He was the funniest fucking doctor. He had this horn. He just kept beeping. And I don't know how I got away with half the jokes in this thing.
Well, you hardly did, because the vice principal got it.
Whoa, we'll talk. There's that one point where Adam, the doctor, and the Grim Reaper all get high together on the couch. I don't know how I got away with that one. That one blew because they literally pull out like a bag of weed.
Yeah. There was a priest there watching. There was the principal there watching, and there was the vice principal.
It was funny too because Shell told me that she was like sitting directly behind Saline and San Martino, and when he pulled out the bag of weed, San Martino just put his hands on his face like this. It was so funny.
That's silly.
But anyway, so they have a baby, and the doctor was like, "I'm sorry, but we lost the baby." And she's like, "Oh no." He's like, "No, I mean we literally lost the baby. I can't find him anywhere." And that was stolen straight from JonTron.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Dude, so was the doctor's last name.
Jafari.
Yeah.
Well, he had like 7 last names, to be fair.
To be fair.
That wasn't really like a rip-off as much as it was a reference. But then they're like at one point like, "Where's the baby?" and then the baby just starts flying across the stage. Because I was like standing behind stage with a football wrapped in a baby blanket, and I just football tossed it halfway across the stage.
I never got to see it happen because I was facing the other way. But the way that the crowd fucking lost their shit, I was trying so hard not to laugh on stage. Like, I can only imagine what it looked like.
Oh, it was great because I threw the baby and then I heard the laughter. I was like, sweet. There was one joke I was so worried about because it was a cancer joke.
Oh my god, yeah.
So I'm like literally like I was backstage with Carmela and I'm like walking around because I'm like panicking. I'm like, why did I make this joke? It's such a poor joke. The joke was the doctor's like talking to the one girl and she's like, what's the diagnosis, doctor? And he's like, what's your zodiac sign? And she's like, Cancer. And he's like, what a coincidence.
Yeah, from the internet.
And I'm like walking around and I'm like, oh, this is going to go terrible. They said the joke and then everybody laughed. I was like, sweet. And then, and then when they come up stage with the baby, they pull the baby blanket back. It's just a skull because he's like a Grim Reaper baby. And then he starts quoting Revelations. It was Liam Neeson's voice from Fallout 3. It was great.
Those are some of the highlights of the 1X for me.
Yeah.
It was so good. Like, everything about that.
How did it end?
The show?
Yeah.
I pondered the existence of Yoda, and then I left, and then I think Travis.
Oh yeah, you were standing at the door, and you were like, Yoda.
Yoda isn't real. Then who was that little green
guy I sold all the weed to?
Yeah, and then Travis came back in after he crashed out the window, and then he fell and died, and I think that's how it ended.
I don't even remember. It was a great time.
It's so funny.
And then we did...
Noises Off.
Noises Off was
It
great.
was my favorite show that I ever did in theater.
It was a lot of... Because it was like such a small cast, and we all knew each other.
Yeah. And we all got along for the most part. It was just so well cast. And
because everybody fit their roles perfectly.
The script was amazing. I just had so much fun. Like, thinking about running around.
It was almost like because we all had chemistry with one another that we like built up over the years, and then it just all came out with that. Yeah. And it worked fantastically because it's such a physical show, and we all worked off of one another so well.
The fact that it was such like a complicated farce, and the fact that in the whole second act is pantomimes while the actual show is going on backstage,
and that we did it as well as we did,
and that we did it, and it didn't fuck up as bad as I thought it was going to. Like, it was an amazing time, and I just felt so proud of myself when it was over.
I really liked it because I didn't have to wear pants for like half the show, and whenever I don't have to wear pants, it's a good time.
Yeah. It's just after that show, I felt like I could do anything. And especially after the Crucible.
We don't talk about that one.
No, I want to talk about that one.
Okay.
We can go back to Noises Off.
No, we don't have to, because I don't have really anything else to say about it. I single-handedly drove that show into the ground. Like, I caught that entire show on fire and just fucking, like, drove it to the ground.
I think you and Spencer were, like, equally
Spencer, like, I mean, yeah, he had problems, but, I mean, it was mostly on me.
But I was so happy with that show. It was Arthur Miller's The Crucible and John Proctor's in every scene, and I was John Proctor, and I really thought I was not going to be able to do it. Like, there were some nights where I was like, no, this is like, I'm going to crash and burn on stage. But
we almost did.
We almost did. For no specific reason, but...
To be fair, the last one was on you.
Hey, just because I rewrote the ending of the show.
I rewrote the ending of an entire show. Alternate ending.
It
was
basically, fucked up week.
Because that was like... Okay, so during the time of the Crucible was like the prime time of when I stopped giving a shit about everything. And it was also when we had a bunch of snow days. So that mixed with how many lines I had in that show, and mixed with how little I cared about what was going on, it was bad. Like, it was the day of the show, and I still didn't have most of my lines memorized. But we pulled it off.
Yeah.
Like, we somehow managed where, like, I did all my lines.
For the most part.
But we didn't really fuck up at all during the show. I mean, going into the show was a complete disaster, but when we actually performed the show those two nights, it
It was surprising to me, and it was especially like amazing how like when we have that dialogue at the end that's supposed to be like one of the most powerful dialogues between like Danforth and Proctor, like it wasn't like totally disjointed. Like we were screaming at
No,
each
our
other
end
still.
no, especially like I mean the second night was fine. It went good, but like that first night
That
was
first,
absolutely
I
fantastic.
felt something. That was I was about to say like it was one of the most vulnerable experiences I ever had.
See, I was like at absolute amaze that I was able to fucking memorize those lines last second.
Yeah.
And then one of my favorite fucking memories in our entire theater experience is going to be the night of the last show when you basically rewrote the ending of the show.
Can I explain
So,
this one?
You could go ahead
Alright,
and do
because
it.
I'm responsible. So, what happens in the last act of The Crucible? Well, what happens before is John Proctor's wife, Elizabeth, they think she's a witch. So, they want to kill her, but she's going to have a baby, so they're going to keep her around for a year. But John Proctor is trying to get her out of jail. So, he goes to the courthouse and basically makes a big scene and acts like a prick. So then they put him in jail because his servant, Mary Warren, rats him out and says he's a devil worshiper. So he goes into jail, and he's in there with Elizabeth. And now, basically, he's going to die either way, but there's two ways to die during the witch trials. You either get hanged, and none of your property gets given to your children, or you die in, like, a Christian way. Or you die in, like, a Christian way, and they give all your stuff to your family. So... And basically, John Proctor is between either confessing and writing his name on a piece of paper that they're gonna hang in the church. That way, he'll die honorably, or he doesn't confess to the devil and he gets hanged and no one gives a shit about him. So he is planning on lying to the judges and stuff and saying that I worship the devil. So then here's what happens is Danforth, who is John Michael, comes back into the room and he goes, John Proctor, are you ready to confess that you have seen the devil? And I was so fucking wired and worn on Saturday night that he said, have you seen the devil? And I went, no. And he was like, and he didn't know what the fuck to do because he knew where he was at, but I didn't. Because I'm supposed to say I did. Because it's like I'm falsely confessing that I saw the devil. But I jumped a whole page. So he just gave me this look and went, did you see the devil? And I said, no, again. And then he basically said, did you see the devil for a Scooby snack? And that's when I snapped. And I looked at his face and I went,
No, yeah,
I did.
That was the best part because like when I was like staring him down, I could and we were like making eye contact. I could visibly like spot the exact nanosecond when he realized how bad he just fucked up.
You could see the synapse, and I was like, I think that was the most scared I've ever felt on stage because I realized what it meant to anyone who's paying attention.
And then he just like stops for a second, takes a deep breath, and is just like, I have.
Because that's all you can do when you fuck up so bad. You just have to stop for a second. Just go, I did. like just put yourself back on track. But other than that, I mean, the rest of that ending was good.
Yeah.
But I went off stage and immediately people were like, what the fuck did you just do? And I was like, oh no, man. Oh no. That was my scariest experience.
My horror story.
That's my theater horror story.
And then there was Addams Family, which I didn't do.
You didn't do it and you didn't go see it, you scumbag.
I couldn't. It was prom weekend.
You could see Friday.
I was doing stuff Friday.
Friday was the best night. Yeah, no, but I don't... You really weren't missing out on much because you got cast as an ancestor. I mean, production-wise, like, during the weeks of production, it was one of the least stressful shows because a lot of people knew their stuff. But...
Because I wasn't in it.
Well, yeah. But Tech Week was still hell. Like, that didn't matter at all. I don't know why people got so stressed. Like, I was ready the whole time. And then the show happened, and I felt nothing. And then the last show came, like, the last theater show I would ever do at Ursuline came, and I felt nothing, but everyone else was crying. And I was like, I don't know. And I really don't have anything else to say about it, except I finally got more than one song in a musical. Wait, no, we had two.
Yeah,
Millie.
we had two in Leading Ladies. I mean,
Lady,
They're really modern. Now.
Ladies is a musical now.
Wait, what do you mean? You had a shit ton of Guys and Dolls.
I had a duet with Adelaide. I don't consider it oldest established because that was like I had 3 parts in it, and then she was like, "Okay, don't sing for the rest of the song." And I went, "All right."
Oh.
It was like, but they now got a lock on the door at the gym of PS84, and then it was like Ron McCloskey. No, I don't know. What was the gotta have the game or we'll die from shame?
Larry.
Larry, what a dude. Huh?
And then
That was it.
Yeah.
And we hit the hour mark. Guess we could talk about graduation, finals. Finals just came and went. I didn't study for any of them.
neither did I, and I passed all of them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Can we talk about how you clutch stats?
I don't even know what the fuck happened with stats. I'm pretty sure I failed no, I got a C my first quarter. Actually, no, I think I did good first quarter. I don't remember how I did first quarter, but I straight up failed like second and third quarter, like bad. Like I bombed those quarters.
Well, yeah, it's because of fucking online homework.
Yeah,
That
she
shit
had
is
like every week she had
stupid.
online homework, and I never did any of them, so
I stopped doing them.
kind
third
of shot
quarter.
down my grade. And then, like honestly, like last quarter, it really looked like I wasn't gonna graduate for a second. But like I completely like the last quarter. I think I bombed the first test of the last quarter, but then every single thing after that, I got full grade on.
Yeah.
It was like probably the most miraculous thing. And I think the fact that I graduated high school is proof that the American education system is broken. There was also this online course. It was an online sociology course I was taking.
You mean took in 3 days?
I was supposed to be taking it I was supposed to get it done over summer or whatever. And this was like a year's worth of course that I did in like 3 days.
That sounds fucking bonkers.
It was so funny too because like if you you could go look at when I did like all this stuff and like you see I like took one quiz on like December 23rd and then I took another on February 16th and then because it was due on May from like April 26th to April 29th, it was literally the entire coursework I did. It was I don't know.
That hurts.
I think
my
it's
brain.
such a wonderful way to end off my year or high school career, just completely bullshitting everything like I've done all year long.
Yeah, but you did it in stats. You passed. Your final grade was passing.
I got an A in my last quarter.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I mean the semester grade was still fucked though because I failed the first one.
It probably wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
What, did you get a D? D's get degrees.
I think I made out with a C.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then
The ceremonies.
yeah.
Awards day.
Well, you didn't go to prom. Nobody went to prom, did they?
No.
Catherine went to prom.
Oh yeah.
I think you went to prom and you saw a Quiet Place and that was it.
Was that movie good?
Yeah. It was interesting.
There's a horror movie coming out by this company called A24. It's called Hereditary. It's gonna come out while I'm on vacation, but it looks really good. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, I'll show you the trailer. I don't really know what it's about, but I watched the trailer.
When do you come back?
The 16th.
Of June or July?
June.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna be there for a month.
Fuck you. Okay.
It's just Myrtle.
And then yeah, I really enjoyed prom this year. That's
I
it.
hear
It's
that.
not related to high school though, because it wasn't my high school.
Yeah.
So graduation.
Awards
I'm
day.
pretty sure I slept through everything.
Awards day was a lot of sitting. when they mentioned the Spirit Award again, I looked at you and I went. 'Cause
That was great. Last year I won, or junior year, yeah, I won like a scholarship on a Spirit Award. So they gave like a Spirit Award to the like least spirited person in the school.
Yeah, you were falling asleep when they announced your name.
No, it was so funny. Yeah, they announced my name, and like I'm suddenly like jolt awake, and I look around, everybody's looking at me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Did like find the bodies or something? I was really confused.
They're like, get up, get your shit, man.
And then they gave me a plaque, and they handed it to me, and I'm like smiling when I'm looking at him, handshake and all that. But in my mind, I'm thinking, what the fuck is this for? And then they told me it was like a Spirit Award. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
The weird thing about all those ceremonies is I didn't even feel like I was there. Like, it was so bizarre. Like, it just felt like another normal day, but I was just wearing a cap and gown.
Again, I'm pretty sure I slept through all of them.
Yeah. And then by the time commencement happened, I was just so ready to go. I didn't feel like no tugging on the heartstrings. Like, I just wanted to leave.
Only time I didn't have to fake a smile was walking across that stage.
How about let's talk
That's
real
legit.
quick about how fucking nerve-wracking it was, though.
Yo.
Because if, like, anybody, like, remotely cheered when you got your diploma, then they don't give you your diploma and you have to serve, like, 5 detention.
That's
I
the
had
thing-
to walk across 3 times and not trip.
That's the thing about our Hitler-ass school is that our graduations have to be quiet. So, like, if anybody made a goddamn sound when you walked across that stage, they were gonna put you in Alcatraz. But it only happened to, like, 2 people.
Yeah. Well, it happened to a couple people.
Yeah. But it wasn't... The way that they fucking made it was that it wasn't a happy moment for me walking across the stage.
It was just, like...
It was nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Especially because I was really paranoid about this one thing. I don't know, should I talk about how I hit somebody's car on this podcast?
The fuck? Yeah, I didn't
Wait,
know you hit somebody's car. You
I didn't
never
tell you
told-
about that?
No.
Okay, so on the last day of school, you parked in my spot because that dumbass bitch who doesn't know how to park anywhere parked in your spot. And then I got to school really late, so I had to park somewhere, like, further, more out of my way. So I parked next to this kid, who I'll tell you after, which will probably make it more funny. But I parked next to him, and I was backing out, and I guess I cut the wheel too soon. Because then, like, my front left end of the car, like, bumped his, like, bumper, and he was there. And he walked around his car, and my windows were down, and I was, like, playing music, and he walked around his car, and he just, like, looked at me, and he was like, "Did you just hit my car?"
Wait, who was the guy?
I'll tell you after.
Okay.
And
Was he in our class?
no.
Okay.
And he looked at me, and I looked at him, and he went, "Did you just hit my car?" And then I rolled up my windows, and he went, "Dude!" And then I drove away. And then, like, while I was driving away, I could hear him go, yo, who is that kid? And then all I could think while I was driving was, oh man, sucks that you didn't get to know me better. You probably could have snitched. But yeah.
You just drove away.
Yeah. Because I didn't feel like dealing with that shit.
That's wild.
Because he's definitely one of those kids that would have made a big deal out of it, even though he drives his mom's fucking SUV, probably. I don't even think I did any damage. But it's just funny. That was how my last day of school went. I hit somebody's car.
You wild boy.
No, it was an accident. I didn't do it on purpose. Some people were out in that parking lot dinging other people's cars. They were having, like, parking spot wars. It's just, like, petty shit like that I'm glad I'm never gonna have to be a part of again. Well, that's not true. I'm glad I'm not gonna have to be a part of it with those people. Some people just got carried away.
Yeah.
Alright. We're in an hour 7.
You want to take a psychopath test? A test to see if you're a psychopath?
I got indeterminate.
You could take another one. How about that?
Do you have one right now?
I'm looking at random riddles that, like, determine whether you're a psychopath.
Riddles?
Yeah.
I'm bad at riddles.
But, like, if you answer them correctly, then basically you are a psychopath.
Alright.
Wait, if you answer the riddles correctly, you're a psychopath?
Yeah.
What?
Because that means, like,
What if you're just intelligent?
you're thinking like a psychopath.
Well, so if you think like them, you can catch them.
I think Catherine, right? Catherine, this might be why you got the indeterminate.
Indeterminate.
All right. Are you ready? So, Catherine, are you going to take this test with us?
My name is Regina.
Okay, Catherine.
Alright, Regina.
All right.
We're gonna find out if you're a psychopath, Regina.
You are in the 13th floor of a building, and you are outside on the balcony. As you look down, you witness a murder. The murderer then looks up and stares up at you. It is clear that you make eye contact. He then makes a gesture. What gesture is he making?
Don't tell anybody.
No, that is gonna kill you.
No.
Are those your answers?
Yeah.
This is the gesture he makes.
Kill yourself?
Do you know why?
No, I don't.
Because he's counting the number of floors up into your window.
Oh, that's fucking spooky.
Right?
Don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anybody. Well, I guess it's a good thing neither one of you answered that correctly, because that means you're
What,
not
does it
a
give you
psychopath.
choices or?
Some of them do. I'm kind of just pulling this out from. See, I saw them all on a YouTube video, and
Well,
I'm just like hitting the links in there to try and figure out where to get them. Okay, here's another one. A woman is at her mother's funeral when suddenly she sees a man so handsome she instantly falls in love with her. Unfortunately, she never got a chance to talk to the man. The next day, the woman kills her sister. What was the motive?
her sister's a bitch.
Oh, read it again.
A woman is at her mother's funeral when suddenly she sees a man so handsome she instantly falls in love with him. Unfortunately, she never got a chance to talk to the man. The next day, the woman kills her own sister. What was the motive?
Well, it has something to do with the mother's death.
All right. Just-
Someone killed someone. One of them killed the mother.
Are you? Is that your final answer?
It's not really an answer, is it?
Yeah, that one's
The woman
confusing.
killed her own sister so she could see the man again at that funeral.
Oh wow.
Right?
That's silly.
Shit, those were only two. There were like more, but like. Oh, I'm gonna find more. Questions to determine if you're a psychopath.
I mean, there's like a whole bunch of quizzes. Like you can
Yeah, I
just-
think I'm gonna look that up right now.
I'm pretty sure I failed. Ew.
What?
Ginger's fucking disgusting.
I know! It's disgusting.
But I like the stuff they put on salad at Mizu.
No.
You don't?
No.
Mm. That blows.
Well, that one test that I gave you, it said you were a psychopath.
Really?
No, I think it said you were normal.
Yeah, probably.
But my test, you didn't pass. You're a psychopath.
I'm actually like highly empathetic. Like I get secondhand embarrassment really easy.
Like in movies, even if
Yeah.
they're animated.
Yeah, and like in real life, that like all the time. So I'm probably not
Like,
This doesn't really work out because it's like towards one person.
towards one person.
I think I'm just gonna look up like psychopath riddles.
Should I pause this?
No.
Alright.
Let's just keep it going. Talk about something.
Alright.
I used to eat yams as a child, but I don't like them.
You don't like yam?
No.
This is a podcast for yam lovers by yam lovers. How do you expect us to keep this going, man?
I can love the, like, yam lovers.
Okay.
Yeah.
That works for me. Conflict resolved.
Yes.
Do you love me, Catherine?
Yes, I do.
You're yam lover friends.
Yeah, you do.
The void loves me. Bro, have you ever just like looked into a deep gorge and thought, I could jump into this?
I will not suck you in today.
Suck. When I went to Colorado and I was 12, I looked off the edge of one of them and I seriously was like, I could jump. And I looked back at like my family and I looked back down and I went, take like 3 seconds.
I
But-
want to fly.
I want to fly too. No, I want telekinesis.
I think I found them. Wait, I don't know.
No mas pantalones.
I was talking to somebody.
Whoa. Who?
I think it was Dom. I think he was like, what if you were a weapon of mass destruction and the government had to lock you up? And I was like, that would be great.
No.
Well, no, if
What?
not if the government locked you up, but like if they had to, like if they were chasing you.
What?
You don't think so? Like if you had like telekinesis but you were too dangerous and the government was after you.
You should be more quiet about your superpowers.
Well, like say you slipped up and you
Use them for good.
accidentally like threw a shopping cart across a mall
Be a ninja.
and somebody
Okay,
Stealth, control,
okay. I
discipline.
think I found the list of the psychopath questions I heard.
Yeah, let's hear it.
A little boy received a bike and a soccer ball for presents, but the boy hated them. Why didn't the boy like the two presents?
Sports related.
He wanted knives.
He couldn't walk. And he got a bike and a soccer ball.
Fucking shit, dude. Wait, who? That is stupid. Who would give him that?
That's the point. A psychopath would be like, oh, well, it's because the kid's a cripple. Alright, you're a twin. Alright, you're
Okay.
a twin and you're a girl. You were born before your twin sister. Your grandma recently passed away and you guys had to hold a funeral for her. At the funeral, you saw a handsome young man. Oh shit,
Is
wait,
that
this
the
is the
same
same
one?
thing. Never mind.
Yeah.
When you were attending a relative's funeral. Oh shit, that's the same thing.
The presents one was
Okay.
different.
You live in an apartment. You were not. Yeah, you live in an apartment. You were watching TV, but someone was knocking hard on the door. You looked through the peephole, and there was a man who was holding a knife. What are you going to do?
Get my own knife.
Call the cops.
Oh,
Not answer.
that one's a dumb answer.
What is
It's
it?
like go get a gun, open the door, and shoot him before he even stabs you.
Well,
That's
Kevin's
not even a psychopath
No,
one.
no,
though.
but like
That's just a
you-
normal
That's-
thing to do.
Well, it might not be
Defense.
normal. It's just more assertive than most people, I think.
If there was a
it's-
gun threatening. If there was a guy threatening me with a knife, I mean, if I
Well, yeah, no.
never bring a knife to a gun.
My flight response definitely kicks in before my fight.
There was an expedition team traveling to the Arctic zone. The condition was very harsh. Only one man successfully returned. He said he lived by eating penguins while being confused. I don't know. However, after he had tried a penguin dish cooked by his wife, he screamed "No!" and stabbed his neck with a fork. Why?
He was eating a person.
Because his wife wasn't really there, because
If no one
He-
survived,
wasn't he the only person left?
he was eating them.
How did his wife get there? Did I miss something?
He stabbed his own neck, or he stabbed.
This is such a weird. It doesn't even have the answer to that one.
Penguins
This is
in
lame.
confusion.
Okay, you're a thief. You broke into someone's house. The owner of the house saw you. You have no choice but to kill the owner, but the owner hid inside the closet. How are you going to kill the owner?
Open the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it just open the
Yeah. this is so fucking
This is
dumb.
dumb. Yeah, wait.
How does this determine anything?
Someone is hiding from you in a closet. What do you do? I don't know.
I
Fucking ask for them to come out.
There's another really good one, but I can't remember.
stab a rig through it.
Oh yeah, I remember the last one. You, there's a guy, right? And you're in an elevator with this person, and you like kill the person in the elevator, and you get out of the elevator, and the elevator starts ascending upwards. But instead of running away from the scene, you stand there and stare at the elevator as it goes up. Why?
Because you're gonna kill the other person that called it.
No,
Oh. I don't know.
because it's a clear box. It's one of those like clear elevators in a shopping mall.
Oh.
So you're looking up at it because it'd be suspicious if you were like walking away.
Oh.
It made more sense when they said it. I'm so disappointed.
But if it's a clear box, wouldn't somebody have seen you killing them?
That's what I thought, but it was just another one.
What a stupid place.
What a stupid place to kill someone.
I know, right?
Yeah, wait. No,
Let me just go inside this clear box real quick.
a
and just,
psychopath would not think to kill somebody inside a clear box elevator in a crowded mall.
No, because everyone's going to look. Oh, look at there's people in this little clear box going.
Oh,
up
look,
there.
there's blood everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, what? It's stupid.
What plot hole?
Oh, I think I remember this one.
The one in the closet.
Just look up one on like
So funny.
Playbuzz or something.
But
Playbuzz.
that was all like it was like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you had to like choose one of the numbers.
Well, yeah, you just click. Go ahead and go.
Well, yeah, but like both of you can't do it at once, you know.
Oh well, we can like.
Why don't we just fuse our bodies
Yeah.
using
I mean,
magic?
yeah, we both can like decide. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, here's one all about the trolley dilemma. You know that one
No.
where there's like
Oh,
okay,
there's, like,
okay,
more-
so there's a trolley coming. You can switch it one way and you'll like hit one person, or you
Yeah.
can switch it the other way and you'll hit 5 people. Which one do you choose?
Well, I don't
Wait.
know. Walk away because the decision's too stressful.
Jesus fuck.
Wait, did you say that you'd kill one on one and then kill 5 on the other?
Yeah.
Well, like, the one on the one is supposed to be someone who's really significant to you, I think.
Well, no, in this case, neither one of them are significant. It's just one random person or 5 random people.
Well, is
Oh.
it? Is
Which
it,
one do you choose? Are you gonna kill the 5 random people or the 1 random person?
Is there a third option? Like,
No.
is there,
Those are your only 2 options.
Well, but like.
You can only switch the track 2 ways.
But.
Jesus fucking Christ, Catherine! There is no third option.
But is it like going straight as it is instead of like?
No, it's right now. It's heading on the track to hit one of them. You can switch the track to hit the other side.
What if you switch it to the?
I would kill the more people so that the person who lived feels more special, and we can decrease overpopulation.
You're like fucking Jigsaw.
What about if you switch it to the 1 person, so the 5 people are safe, then you go and save the 1 person?
The trolley's going too fast.
It's
for you.
going at
I
light
cannot run a
speed.
car.
No, you're. Jesus fuck. Okay, let's just say. Okay, I hate all of you.
What was the answer?
There's no. It's based on what you do. This is like a morality. It's. Okay. So now
Well,
let's
you're
say.
supposed to kill the 1 person.
Okay, so now let's say that the runaway trolley is about to run over and kill 5 people, and you are standing on a footbridge next to a large stranger. Your body is too light to stop the train, but if you push the stranger onto the tracks, killing him, you'll save the 5 people.
Get off.
Would you push the guy? Would you kill the fat guy to stop the train?
That's taking action, though.
Exactly. This is where the morality part
I feel
comes
like
in.
I shouldn't answer this in front of you.
Why?
What? That's you just why did you just did you pick up on that?
Yeah, vaguely.
Oh.
I would walk away. Wait,
Don't look at me. I'm not answering this.
You're not answering the question?
why are we all coming across these train tracks with people dying on
Oh
them?
my god.
Who
And
is
you're not
doing
even supposed
this?
to be walking on the train tracks in the first place. That's illegal.
It's fucking illegal, man. Why are you breaking the law? That's immoral already. You might as well just kill everybody.
And why are those 5 people there? Like, are they having a picnic? What's
Yeah.
going on?
They're tied to the track.
How do they get there?
Somebody tied them to the track.
You know, obviously
this
they're...
isn't the Wild West. No one does this. No one even uses trains.
This is a bad measurement of
I
morality.
love how none of you even bothered answering the question.
We should start using scenarios brought up in Webkins because I feel like it's more
Webkins?
accurate.
Okay, there was like another one, but I'm scared to even ask it.
Yeah,
at
you
this
should
point.
be. You should be afraid
Ask
of me.
it.
Okay, so you're a doctor, and there's 5 people who are like about to die. One of them needs a heart, the other needs a kidney, the other needs a stomach, the other needs some organ, they basically all need different organs, but you only have enough time and enough organs to save one. But if you had more organs, you'd be able to save all 5 of them. And you notice there is a security guard sleeping in the office. You can kill him and take all of his organs and use them for the other 5 people, thus saving the other 5 people's lives.
So are we just gonna assume?
While taking the life of the other guy.
Are we just gonna assume that the security guard has compatible organs with all of them?
Yes.
Because what about the blood types and
Yes, they're
testing?
compatible
But
organs.
then, but you have to test.
You're
Okay.
not supposed to think
Okay,
about
Second
This
of
is
all,
what
why
you
are
do.
you the only person working in this hospital? Why are there no more surgeons
You're
with
not
more
that-
organs?
This
You're not
is what
supposed
you
to
do.
think about the logic body. You're just
You
supposed
take-
to answer the
This is
question.
what
Why
you
would
do.
you just answer a question without thinking about it?
Yeah, jeez. You want
You're just
thoughtful
supposed to
answers.
answer yes or no for the. It's
You
No.
take the guy that needs like say it's the heart guy. He's like the most, So you start with him, and if one of them dies along the way, then you can use their organs.
This is medical malpractice.
And what happened to the like organ storage? Do they not have stuff? I mean, sometimes it's hard to like
You're,
get it.
you're just supposed to.
it's a yes or no question.
And they all fell out and spilled everywhere. The organs are all over the floor.
No, but that you
They're
can't
dirty.
you can't just like cut up a random guy and say, okay, let's just assume the blood type won't attack each other. Type A and whatever else.
Yeah, especially because what the fuck? How are you supposed to get them out quick? And
No.
the question is bad.
Yeah.
Bad question.
We're just gonna take a regular fucking play buzz quiz because I
Okay.
hate all of you.
Are you still trying to figure out if we're psychopaths?
No, I just want to do something relating to a psychopath test.
Dude, it's been like an hour and
Take
20
the
minutes. We
psychopath
could
test.
probably end this episode.
Is that saying you don't want to take the psychopath
No, I
test?
want to take the psychopath test, but we don't have to do it on mic.
Why? Then they'll find out if you're a psychopath or not.
Alright,
I
yeah,
want
then.
to know.
I don't want them to know.
I think they all deserve to know. All one person.
Which
that's
one of you
watching.
want to take it though?
Well, we
Because
can
I'll tell you
decide
which one I'm
together.
more worried about being a psychopath.
Alright,
You're
let's,
taking it
Um,
together?
let's flip
Yeah,
a
we're
coin.
taking it together.
Alright.
Oh, taking it together?
Yeah.
I find okay, so on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being not at all, 5 being very much, I find myself in the same kind of trouble time after time.
Time after time.
Wait, did you say 5 is a
What
lot?
kind of trouble?
4.
I just have bad habits.
I mean, sure, let's go with you.
Okay,
Let's
4.
just go with Adam's answers.
All right,
All right.
4. I am often bored.
5.
Oh, definitely.
I quickly lose interest in tasks I start.
4.
Making a lot of money is very important to me.
5.
My main concern is with the bottom line.
2.
Like the point of the
I
whole
know,
thing.
but it's like...
Most people are just stupid.
Yes.
4.
Listen, that's just the truth. That's just a fact.
I'm trying not to hurt others in pursuit of my goals.
3.
I think
I
you know-
enjoy manipulating other people's feelings.
Like 1 because I'm bad at it.
I feel bad if my words or actions cause someone else to feel emotional pain.
2.
Cheating is not justified because it is unfair to others.
Cheating is not justified.
Cheating is not justified.
So if I said 5, I would agree with that.
You agree that cheating is not justified.
Cheating is
Because-
justified, so 1. Listen, Kat.
Now you need to pick true or false. I am superior to most people.
False.
I lie to make things go smoother.
True.
I rarely feel guilty.
False.
I am not an... Or wait, no, I'm sorry. I am an emotional person.
True. What?
What? That's
Nothing.
definitely true.
You don't.
Okay.
You don't.
I
know
often
me.
get others to pay for things for me.
Okay, I don't try to.
It says I often get others to pay things for me.
So
It
false.
sounds like you're trying, yeah.
I speak with authority.
False.
Yes.
Did you ever shoplift or take things that didn't belong to you?
Is this still?
This is yes or no.
Oh, yeah.
Were you close to your family growing up?
Yes.
Did you have an imaginary friend growing up?
Yes, I had so many.
8.
Have you ever wanted to hurt somebody because they wronged you?
Yes.
Have you ever played with the lives of others? Yes, no, or I don't know.
No.
Calculating. You are not a psychopath.
I fucking
Congratulations.
knew it. There's another one against you, Catherine. I'm beating you.
Beating me?
I'm beating you in the race.
In what?
The
What?
race to find out if I'm a psychopath.
What?
That's
Oh,
the
that's
thing.
the one I took. That's one you took too.
The one that I took and it said I was?
No, it said you weren't because I remember the picture of the girl going yay in the flower meadow.
Here's a quiz asking if they can guess whether you're gay or straight.
Oh, please take that.
Do you think it'll work?
Let's see.
Let's
find
try
out.
it.
I wonder if they ask really general questions. Is your index finger shorter than your ring finger?
That's bullshit. Look, it would say I'm gay if I said they were the same size because of testosterone. That's like a theory, but it's not true.
So is that a yes or a no?
My index finger is smaller than my ring finger.
We're not the same.
Which artist is most likely on your... Oh, this is really fucking stupid. Which artist is most likely on your playlist? Bob Dylan, Beyonce, Drake, Liza Minnelli,
Liza Minnelli.
whatever. Rihanna, Katy Perry, Aerosmith, or Bruno Mars.
None of them.
If you had to choose one...
Rihanna?
See, that's... I don't like this already. Can you do this?
Handstand? Oh, juggle with my feet? What?
What?
Is that what's happening?
I guess, yeah.
What is that even supposed to mean?
It means
Oh,
you're gay.
this.
There's a video.
Can you do this?
I guess that means you're gay. No, I definitely cannot do that.
Do you like reality TV?
Yes.
Pick a movie for movie night.
Let me guess. Fucking GBF or like
Star Wars,
Star Wars
Fast and
or
the Furious,
Brokeback Mountain.
The Lord of the Rings,
Yes.
Fight Club, Magic Mike,
G.
or West Side Story.
Fight Club.
Shirtless man. Batman or Superman?
Batman.
Where did you have...
What?
When did you have your first kiss?
2nd grade.
So that's younger than 10 years old.
Yeah.
Are you a good dancer?
No. Don't fucking laugh at me.
I'm worse.
Pick your chocolate. White chocolate.
What?
White chocolate, milk chocolate,
Milk chocolate.
dark chocolate, hazelnut chocolate, mint chocolate, or other.
Milk.
What is it other?
Milk chocolate.
Can you read what? Can you read this number? What number is this?
10?
Let me see. Oh.
That's a colorblind. What?
I don't know. If you're colorblind, you're gay.
Obviously.
Congratulations, Adam. You're gay.
I feel like that's always the answer, and it's just like a prank.
Our scientific test shows us that you are in fact gay.
Let me take this. I'm interested.
Wait, I want to ask you, but I'm gonna ask you the questions, okay, Catherine?
I think it's funny because I took it seriously for a second, and then I was like,
And then I think I gave up on the music question.
yeah, me too.
Yeah, I don't know about the music one. I don't know what I'm gonna pick for that. I think my fingers.
Shit, I think I lost the gay quiz.
Just say Bob Dylan.
Yeah, I don't know where it went.
If you say Bob Dylan, it'll
Or
say
Drake, you're straight.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Wait, does it ask you your gender at the beginning?
Yeah, because isn't that like kind of a.
Does it ask you your gender?
No,
If they're assuming things.
it doesn't ask you your gender.
Well, then what
I
the
feel like
fuck?
it's just for guys because they ask the index finger question.
Well, girls can have testosterone levels that are too high too.
Well, yeah, but
I feel like.
Let's just see if it works.
I lost the gay quiz.
How could you lose the gay?
I don't
What
know.
about my fingers? Are they like.
Go like that. No, yeah, you have like normal testosterone for a female because it's like your ring and your pointer are the same.
Here's
I guess,
another
I
gay.
guess not normal, but average.
Here's another gay quiz, but it's like a different gay quiz.
Oh, okay.
Are you taking it? You're taking it, Catherine?
Sure.
All right. Here's another gay quiz.
For all you out there.
How many
I'm
times
straight.
do you see yourself looking at other women on a daily basis? Not at all, time to time, or all the
Just
time.
Like,
looking
just
at-
looking at them?
I
Like,
guess.
Wait. What? How am I supposed to answer that? Like,
Like
do you think I should
concentrating on other women. Like,
assume... Oh, no.
not at all.
Not really. I mean, I don't know. I've watched people.
What kind of?
What? Oh, no.
Jeez.
What is this?
I'm so confused about the question because there's only two answers to the question. It says, "What kind of penis/vagina do you have?" It says
not
parentheses female parentheses Arby's roast beef sandwich.
What?
And then it says male parentheses chode. But look, those are the only two answers. So like it doesn't give you any options.
Let's
So I'm just gonna
not.
hit the vagina. How about that?
Dude, I'm too tired.
Is there a void option? I think this is a pretty good question to ask to determine whether you're gay or not. Catherine, do you watch gay porn?
No.
What kind of quiz is
I'm
Do you
done.
watch iDubbbz? What?
I don't even know what that is.
The options
no
are
question.
no and yes, you can fuck my tight ass any day.
What?
Alright, yeah.
This
What
is-
No.
This is like
fuck?
custom made.
I don't even know.
This wasn't a very good.
No.
There were
I'm
like three
stopping. I quit.
questions. You are really gay.
What?
Who the hell is
Wait,
that?
how does that? So I answered, no, I don't look at women. No, I don't want. What?
The answer is always you're gay.
These
I
are
guess.
amazing. What fictional world do you belong in?
Oh, I
Really?
know.
Hell, Dante's Inferno.
Let's play. All right, guys.
Oh my god. Can this be the last one?
Jesus fuck, these are like asking. Like somebody got way too into making this quiz and they made this.
Is there a lot of questions? Yeah. Oh my.
I don't know. I
can't
think
do
there's only
it.
10, but there's a lot of answers.
Signing off.
It's like blatantly obvious.
Can't do it.
Well, I think this was our longest episode.
It's an hour and a
It's
half.
an hour and a half.
Alright. Thank you for tuning in to Yamtalk. Today on Yamtalk, we talked about high school and homosexuality. Next time, I don't know.
We'll find quizzes that actually fucking work.
Oh god. Alright, this has been Yamtalk with Ad Yam Solly.
And Joe Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Yep.
We was my keyboard. Get your tit out of.
Fuck you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
sex.
Fuck
Remember
you.
to have
Thank you.
sex.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.